Well, I'm now joined by one Mr. Christian Vind, who is the Permanent Secretary for Ministry of Environment in Denmark. Over here, we just saw that there was this discussion that taking from climate change, energy to sustainable water resources. I'm now joined by Mr. Christian Vind. Let's try and have a word with him and understand. Sir, thank you so much for speaking with us. There was this particular whole highlight about the sustainable water sector. If you can throw a bit of light between India and Denmark, how do they share relation with this very particular topic of sustainable water sector?
Well, India and Denmark has already a very good cooperation on water management. A number of good projects are already underway between, for example, the municipality of Aarhus and the state of Rajasthan. It's a very important cooperation where we try to bring some of the Danish skills into play here in India in order to help achieve some of the important goals on water in India.
In today's discussion, sir, what was the highlight like and where do you see the future of sustainable water sector?
I think the future is an even better cooperation and partnership between Denmark and India, both on the government level and on the business level, in order to achieve the common goals of clean water for more people.
And how do you, what were the discussions today, the highlights of this whole roundtable session that happened?
Well, the highlights today was how do we achieve a better framework, how do we bring all the key players better, combining them better, both the companies, the public sector, the utilities, in order to combine all those different skills, both the regulatory and the private sector. So how do we combine them better in order to achieve a greater cooperation?
So, because you are also related to the Environment Ministry from Denmark,
yeah.
We saw that there was this energy discussion also that happened, and there is a very strong exchange. In fact, this very particular highlight of this whole welcome of Prince and Princess, the highlight is about the energy, renewable energy sector and the sharing of bond between India and Denmark. So what is it that importance is thrown on renewable energy sector?
Well, energy and water is interconnected. They are basic needs for everyone, both the people and the businesses. And water is also energy intensive, so in order to achieve the energy goals, the water sector also needs to be more sustainable, be less energy intensive, and might even someday be energy positive in order to deliver energy from the water sector to the society. So those two are critically interlinked, and achieving sustainability on both energy and water is crucial.
How about portraying what are the projects that Denmark and India are sharing right now, are in the pipeline already, and how do you look at it further?
I think there are already some key projects, especially from my side on water management, groundwater mapping, achieving sustainable groundwater use. And I'm sure there will be a lot of future projects along the lines.
So there is this particular mission all across the world. It's about the climate, looking at the global warming that is happening, the climate change that is happening. We talk about the carbon-free world out there. How do you look at it? Everyone has a mission of 2050. At the same time, India is right now on its process to reach this very particular mission.
Yeah. I understand that India is aiming for a green growth, that is a growth that is decoupled from emissions, and that is indeed an important goal, because we need, of course, to achieve future growth, but decoupling it from carbon emission is central, and there the green growth is key. And the water sector is a good example. You can achieve a water sector that doesn't need external energy, and that can support itself and thus be decarbonized.
And how about Denmark? Where is Denmark in the map?
Well, we have achieved that to some extent, but we also need to develop us further and in the water sector finalize decoupling from the carbon intensity. So we are on the same road to a green future.
One last question, sir. Why do you feel that right now all important countries, in fact all different countries, should come together and work on energy and climatic change related problems? Because there's a lot of conflicts around. You talk about Russia and Ukraine, you talk about, and that has somewhere repercussions on ground that is impacting every country.
Sure, we have conflict in the world, but solving the energy crisis and the water crisis is key to everyone all over the world. So of course we need to work together and find solutions together and learn from each other. And I hope this visit from Denmark in India can contribute to a world where we bring together our skills.
And how important is this first visit of Prince and Princess, who are already in national capital, where you and I are standing?
I think it's very important, and it's a privilege to be part of this very important visit between India and Denmark.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking with us. So that was Mr. Christian Vind sharing his thoughts on the whole discussion that is right now happening with respect to this particular energy sector that Denmark and India are sharing in common. For today's journalist Tanmay Thakur, I'm Arvishi Kona, reporting for The News.